Well, hello again, all of my students. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Jay, and welcome to another English lesson here on the channel where I have the opportunity to help you with your English vocabulary, comprehension, and fluency. If this is your first time on the channel, I accomplish this by reading stories, okay? I believe that reading is a great way to help improve your English. And so I have compiled a number of fun and relatable stories that I am reading to you, explaining to you, and I have been told that they are helping. So let's get ready to have a great time today. Let me say this, if you would like to read along with me, the story is down in the description of today's lesson. Hang around until the end. I have some quiz questions for you. And if you did not know, my podcast is now available here on YouTube. Okay, it was just audio only, but now I've placed it here on YouTube and you can watch me as I record. And it seems that you guys are enjoying that. Those links are down in the description. Well, with that being said, I hope you're ready for a little learning and a little laughter. Let's dive into today's lesson. Benjamin, a father of 3 kids, was taken aback by the exorbitant auto insurance rates he had to pay for them. Now, notice Benjamin was taken aback. So if you were to use this phrase or these 2 words in a sentence, it simply means that a person is surprised. They're shocked. They're in awe. Oh my goodness. I was taken aback when you told me you wore a size 16 shoe. Okay, I can remember when I was in elementary school, I have always been the tallest in my class, and tall people usually have long feet. And so I would get teased all the time through grade school, middle school, high school about my slender build, how tall I am, lanky, as we would say, and my long feet. And my grandmother, I'll never forget, I was always taken aback how people teased me. But she said, you know what, Jay, how would you stand up if you didn't have long feet? And that was just mind blowing. I was like, wow, you're right, Granny. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to stand up properly as a tall kid if I didn't have long feet. Also notice that Benjamin was paying exorbitant auto insurance rates. Exorbitant. Something that is exorbitant is extremely high. Extremely high. So how much are eggs in your city or in your country? A dozen eggs. Now, if you have your own hens or chickens, you can raise your own eggs for free. But here in Georgia, in the United States, a dozen eggs will cost you about $5. I was talking to one of my students that I tutor in New York, and he said a dozen eggs is between $8 and $12. Wow. Even if you don't eat eggs, let me know, what is the cost for eggs in your location? Are the prices exorbitant? One thing that is exorbitant or high is insurance. And insurance, auto insurance, is a requirement here in the United States. In pretty much all of the states except for maybe 2. And when you have children, those auto insurance premiums are high. I had two teenage kids, and so I had to make some adjustments. But here, Benjamin has three kids. I have a friend, and this is no lie. He has five children, and they're all, let me see, two of them are teenagers, and the rest of them are, 8, 9 years old. And get this, he has five kids, and his wife is pregnant now. Oh, he takes care of all his kids, but five kids. And I tell him sometimes, I say, man, when your kids get to being teenage age, he's gonna have insurance premiums in the thousands of dollars. So that's crazy. As he contemplated. Okay, so this vocabulary word here means to think. Okay, concentrate. I am contemplating what to do, you might say. Or Jay was contemplating how could he better help his students learn English. Okay, or you might say, I have to go out of town next week, and I'm contemplating how can I get a cheaper airplane ticket. Contemplate. Okay. As he contemplated buying a sports car for himself, he realized that the high insurance cost for his children's cars made such a purchase unaffordable. So when something is unaffordable, it's a word that describes that you don't have the money to pay for it. So Benjamin wanted a sports car, but at the time, it's unaffordable because he has to pay auto insurance for his three children. Okay. So you may go shopping, ladies, and you see a purse and you say, oh, I like that purse, but right now it's unaffordable. Wow. Did you know that some purses cost thousands of dollars? Oh my goodness. These, what are LV or Louis Vuitton purses? $2,500. Oh, but to some people it's affordable. And to some people, it's unaffordable. Okay, so unaffordable and contemplate. These are two vocabulary words in this sentence. Benjamin reluctantly. Can you say that? Reluctantly. Now, another tense of reluctantly is reluctant. Okay. Let's see what happens. Benjamin reluctantly decided to forego the sports car, understanding that his financial responsibilities came first. Okay, so when you are reluctant, you're hesitant to do something. I was reluctant to eat at my neighbor's house because I saw his cats walking on the counter. Oh, I'll never forget. I went over a neighbor's house and he had at the time 2 cats, and these cats walked everywhere. I mean, on the counter, on top of the refrigerator, in the bed. I mean, just everywhere. And so he had some pie on the counter. Okay, I think it was pecan or apple pie. And I said to myself, I hope he doesn't ask me if I want a slice of pie because I am reluctant to eat it because of the cats. Okay, so what are you reluctant to do? Okay, I am reluctant to drink after another man. Okay, I am reluctant. I don't know where his mouth has been. I am reluctant. I don't know if he brushed his teeth. Okay, I am reluctant to kiss my wife in the morning because we have bad breath. Okay, I'm not going to put it all on her because in the morning sometimes I have bad breath. So I am reluctant. Now, I must say, my wife has a habit of every morning before she goes to work to give me a kiss on the cheek. Okay, so that's fine. But I am reluctant to give her a kiss if I have not brushed my teeth. Okay, reluctant. What are you reluctant to do? Are you reluctant to spend $2,000 on a purse? Okay. Some people are reluctant to fly on an airplane. They refuse to fly on an airplane. My mother-in-law is like that. Okay. She will only get to her destination by car. She is reluctant. Matter of fact, she refuses to fly on an airplane. Some people say if God wanted us to fly, he would have gave us wings. Okay. Now notice Benjamin decided to forego. So when you forego something, you change your plans. Okay. You don't do it. Okay. I was going to cut grass today, but I had to forego my schedule because of the rain. Or you know what? You wouldn't say forego your schedule, but I had to forego my plans, okay, because of the weather. Let's continue. He gathered his children. Gathered. So to gather means to bring together. Okay. I gathered all of my coins together and counted the amount. Okay. Or Benjamin gathered all of his pets in one room. So he brought them all together and explained the situation, informing them that they would need to get a job to help cover the monthly insurance premiums. Okay. So he was informing them. All right, kids, I'm informing you. I'm telling you, you gotta get a job. So when you inform someone, you let them know. Okay. I'm informing you. I don't want any bad behavior while I am away. Okay. So you're giving someone notice. Okay. Informing. Now, this is not a quiz question, but how would you use informing in a sentence? You might say, the weatherman informed us that we are in a tornado watch. Actually, while I am recording this, my phone informed me that we are in a tornado watch. It is raining, thundering, and actually the internet was knocked off. And so I have to upload this lesson a little bit late because of the weather. Okay. Informing, to notice or tell someone. Although disappointed, Benjamin's children understood the necessity of the situation and agreed to start job hunting. Let's read that again. Although disappointed, the kids were disappointed. We got to go get a job. Benjamin's children understood the necessity of the situation or the importance of the situation. Okay. The insurance costs a lot, so we need to chip in. To chip in means to help along. Okay. So the groceries cost $100. I only had $75. I would tell my wife, baby, I need you to chip in. Okay. And our last sentence of today's story. Benjamin's dream of owning a sports car was put on hold. Poor Benjamin. But he took pride in teaching his children the value of financial responsibility. So he had to put his dream on hold. Okay. There was a greater good. Okay. He had to teach his kids how to drive and how to pay for insurance. So his sports car can wait. And boy, I know the feeling. Sometimes as a parent, you have to put things on hold for the greater good or so someone else could benefit. Okay. In order for me to be or my family to be better, sometimes I have to sacrifice. Okay. That's one of the great lessons in the story here. Sometimes you have to sacrifice for the greater good. Okay. So what we're going to do now that we're finished reading through and explaining the story, I'm going to read today's story at a faster pace. If this is your first time on the channel, I'm going to read through without stopping, explanation, and you can follow me by reading along down in the description of today's lesson, or you can read along with me on the screen and see if you can keep up with the pace that I set. Okay, so this will help you learn rhythm as well as improve your fluency. You ready? Let's go. Benjamin, a father of 3 teenage kids, was taken aback by the exorbitant auto insurance rates he had to pay for them. As he contemplated buying a sports car for himself, he realized that the high insurance cost for his children's cars made such a purchase unaffordable. Benjamin reluctantly decided to forego the sports car, understanding that his financial responsibilities came first. He gathered his children and explained the situation, informing them that they would need to get a job to help cover the monthly insurance premiums. Although disappointed, Benjamin's children understood the necessity of the situation and agreed to start job hunting. Benjamin's dream of owning a sports car was put on hold, but he took pride in teaching his children the value of financial responsibility. All right, we finished today's lesson. So now it's quiz time. Okay, I have a couple of questions or a few questions I'm going to put before you to test your comprehension, your memory, and give you an opportunity to communicate, okay, or converse with me. Number 1, who had to make a sacrifice in the story? What was his name? What was the name of the person who had to make a sacrifice in the story? And let me add, why did he have to make a sacrifice? Why did this person have to make a sacrifice? Okay, so number 1, who made a sacrifice? And I'm adding why. Number 2, what does reluctant mean? What does reluctant mean? And remember, in the story, I asked you, what are you reluctant to do? Can you describe that in question number 2 as well? And finally, number 3, write a sentence that describes making a sacrifice for the greater good. So I explained what doing something for the greater good meant. Be creative and write me a sentence about making a sacrifice for the greater good. And if you forgot what that means, just go back in the story, listen again, because I explained it, I think, pretty well. Well, that's going to do it for today's lesson. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Now, if you have enjoyed my style of teaching and you would like a tutoring session, there's a link down in the description. You can contact me and we can set that up. And I can help you to improve your English in a one-on-one situation online. Also, let me say this. On my last video, I put the question out there. If you're still watching, I am thinking about doing a course. Would that benefit you? Maybe putting together a course I've been thinking about for 45 or 60 minutes. Would that interest you? Would you be willing to have a course from me that I could provide to help you to improve your English, especially if you like my style? Okay, let me know down in the comments section if you haven't already. Just say, yes, I would be interested in getting a course from you. Okay, with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Be sure to practice your English throughout the week if you can on a daily basis. Go back and watch today's lesson again. Familiarize yourself with the vocabulary words and practice using them in day-to-day conversations. As always, be safe, enjoy your day, and I hope you join me on my next English lesson. I'll see you then.